Part 2 of the first video, we're going to keep reading about Nick Leslie, the truck. He has a truck collection, so let's continue, shall we? One of the first engines that they put in a truck. Okay, so he's got a cat engine in his truck. Let's basically say that. One of the first engines they put in trucks. The friend was going to part it, but Leslie conned him into selling it. Conned him into selling it. Leslie got the 1982 Kenworth out of Elsinburg, and his Peterbilt he got out of Florida after it had served years as a big highway truck. Now how does Leslie find time to work on his trucks? He finds bits of time here or there during the end of the days or in the farming off season. On weekends he will get a bunch of friends together, and they'll just start picking on the truck. It's a great stress reliever. It helps me unwind, Nick said. To find parts, Leslie has to shop around and see if he can find rare pieces. There are still aftermarket parts available, but he has to go after them for some. Let's continue to page 8. Some pieces, he has to have them custom made by machine shops. He also has to have a shop custom make the dashes since time has taken their toll on them. Everybody's wondering what's a dash. Well, when you get into a truck, you notice like the old if you get into an old like Kenworth or Peterbilt truck, you'll see they have like an old school wooden dash, okay? And that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to restore them and basically make them look old like they used to be. And that's what I like too. I like seeing old trucks. So let's continue. Dashes, since time has taken their toll on them. Luckily, he has been able to replicate the wood grain pattern of the truck dashes from the 70s. To do custom lettering and get age graphics, Leslie turns to Alicia Jennings of Spanway. She also does custom stickers for the trucks that would be on it, and she's very talented and does a great work, Nick said. She even puts part numbers on the stickers because back then even the stickers were considered parts. She even came up with the original shift pattern sticker. Leslie makes about 6 truck shows and parades a year with friends and family. He's able to make all the 6 trucks sometimes when he heads down to Chehalis, Washington, for farm reasons. He tries to haul fertilizer with his trucks just to keep them working. He loves taking his trucks to ride and finds a reason to have them haul a camp trailer, and haul a trailer for a company that works at fairs, and sometimes he just hops in the truck for a Sunday afternoon drive. I also enjoy meeting new people, Nick said. The internet is a great, and you can find a lot of people with similar interest in trucks. I've made a lot of friends that I've shared the same interest that I do. Nick said has a very understanding wife, Heidi, who lets him collect and work on trucks. This is how I relax, and I wouldn't be able to do it without the support from her, he said. LT, which is Log Tracker. So anyways, we're going to get another magazine going. So that was Leslie and Son. So basically, Leslie has a truck collection and his wife supports him. And everybody's wondering, what does he mean by stress reliever on trucks? Well, if you like working on an old school car, if you like working on old school pickups or semi trucks, you find a real joy in just working on them. Like me, for example. I grew up somewhat in the lumber industry with my step grandfather and my aunts and uncles, because they all worked out in the woods. Okay, so I like working around old trucks, and I love hearing their engines. I especially what I like hearing. God, there's a one channel I know. It's called Straight Stack. Basically, it's about a log truck show where all these old log truck drivers and drivers of these old trucks, they all come together, basically, and basically they drive their old trucks down an old highway they used to drive on. And, and then they go to this little parking lot and they have a get together, kind of like a log truck show, if you will, but not all the merchandise and all that stuff. So basically, I get Leslie, because I like working on old trucks and I love seeing these suckers go down the road. Because when you see these old log trucks or old semi trucks, they have a story behind them, and they run. That's what I like to see old trucks doing. I like to see them run, because you don't get to see very many of them still on the highway and work in working condition. So just to see, older, my generation, even today. Well, I'm going to give you a little thing, a little something I don't like today in today's generation. Today's generation, they don't like to get out and bust their butt and go out and work. Unlike me, I was born in the year 2002, okay? And I've been raised to work. I like working, because then, when you get that paycheck or you get that fucking, like right now, I got a real tree freaking cheat or long sleeve. And then I got a mossy oak long sleeve. I earned, my sister gave them to me because I earned them, But it's like when you get your paycheck from somebody, you earned it. You have the right to use it. And then you buy something with your own money because you earned it. Anyways, so I'm going to read y'all. I don't know. I think I might read this one, Harley Davidson Log Trucker magazine. Yeah, not an actual Harley Davidson. It's not a motorcycle. That's like a semi-truck. No. So, we're going to read about Glenwood's Jim Clemmer has worked on trucks since he was 8 years old and hasn't stopped working on his Kenworths. Yes, he made it's a busy landing for 7 Arrows Logging, which is loading James R. Clemmer's 1999 B model Kenworth with a purely started on the job site Yakima and the Indian Reservation. The timber scorched from the last year's wildfires, Washington logging operations like 7 Arrows are scrambling to get logs to the mill. So basically, he doesn't drive a motorcycle. He has a motorcycle, but he has a log truck that's Harley Davidson themed. So we're going to read about him, all right? So here we go. And like I'm going to tell y'all now, I'm going to be making 3 videos because, like I said, I got this brand new camera, people. It's my favorite toy. Because like I'm going to, well, you know what? I'm just going to tell y'all now. Basically, my old camera I used to have to read. I don't have my Log Trucker or old Loggers World magazines anymore, because unfortunately one of the guys here got pissed off and fucking tore them in half. So, anyways, I don't have them anymore.
And the rest in peace.
And I just noticed Loggers World and Log Trucker just released their brand new issue of magazines. Brand new issue of their magazine. So I'm a little pissed off, but you know what? I'm not gonna let that bother me. So anyways, let's get. I'm gonna only be able to read the first part, people. Jim Clemmer has owned 2 cars in his life. Everybody's wondering, what do you mean he's owned 2 cars? Well, let's hear it. That's because he's a truck guy. His dad, also named Jim, moved from Idaho to Glenwood, Washington, in the shadow of Mount Adams in 1951, and bought his own truck in 1961. At that point, he needed a pit crew, and his son stepped up. From age 8, I was working on my dad's trucks, Clemmer said. It was my job to work on the brakes and wash the truck and grease it. And so becoming a log truck driver was in the cards for Jim. He bought his first truck in 1971, a 1964 Mack. Before his 18th birthday, Jim had his brother Terry, who was 10 years older than him, run the truck. So Jim, anyways, yeah, you're going to be hearing like 2 parts about Terry. So let's get to page 8, shall we? Yeah, I will try to post a picture of the truck, but I don't know if y'all could see it. Well, probably not. I don't know. But basically, his Kenworth is, let's hear about it. We're just going to read a little bit about it. So this is what Jim Clemmer says here. Wanting a Kenworth, Jim Clemmer describes as wanting this type of log truck is like wanting a Harley Davidson. I always thought they were the neatest trucks, that they held up a lot better on the road. Clemmer now runs a 1999 Kenworth B model with a glider kit and a 600 cat engine. Right, the custom badge Jim runs on his Kenworths are custom. One of the offs that Jim designed, they were custom made for Jim's by his relative. Sorry guys, I promise not to make any more. He promised not to make any more. Basically, it's a Harley Davidson emblem. Now here's the cool part. It says motor truck, Kenworth motor trucks. That's what I like, but it's a Harley Davidson emblem. His truck is basically a Kenworth. It's all black, but it's still got the chrome. Anyways, people, I'm going to have to make a second video, so I will be right back. I promise y'all. I'll be right back. Hold on.